I had a problem with Jamel, right, Waylon? My problem with Jamel was that when my son joined that football team, it was said that they weren't really doing tryouts. I don't know if my kid could or couldn't, but I always feel that you need to try out people. Because the theory is that when you join a recreation format like that, where you're coaching kids, the ideology is that you're doing it to help the kids in the neighborhood, not just your child. So if you're only joining a recreation organization such as Faldwell to, utilize the equipment to get your kids some playtime, where you're now structuring his moves as if he's the next quarterback. And believe me, everybody wants their kid to be quarterback sometimes when you are a man who plays football, right? You want your kid to be a quarterback, but we can't guarantee that, right? Your kid could come out like its mother, who's more educationally inclined versus, physically inclined, where they want to play ball. So in theory, your son could be born with a educational mind versus a physical mind, where he doesn't want to take after dad and play football. Although dad wants him to play football, dad couldn't make him play football. Dad said he's a quarterback because dad is the coach. We're losing all the games because your kid can't throw the ball. Your kid can't aim at the running back to hit the target so that he makes the touchdowns. So now we're all mad because you want your kid to be the quarterback, and no offense, he's not quarterback material. So you need to have tryouts. It's just not about your wants as a man who's coaching kids. And that was me and Jamel's problem. And then they had my kid play Frogtown, Melvin Carter. Are we playing Frogtown again? That would be under the ideology that the 2nd District court system, where I questioned the EBD label in Minneapolis versus the non-EBD label in St. Paul, where in St. Paul, I thought you are not protected, right? I thought that they did not give you the census count, that it was highly populated in black people, and that population of black people deserves supports and services based on the population being black, undereducated, lacking in credit, where they couldn't really get ahead like white people. And I thought in Minneapolis, that EBD label, I thought gave us 4th Amendment rights, because they said that the majority of us was black, protected from discrimination, intimidation, retaliation, and that meant that Mayor Carter, Referee Labine, Judicial Official Mulrooney, that when you are being derogatory, where you are stepping outside the realm of your robe, and you're discriminating, intimidating, and you're using your gavel, your robe, your courtroom as a means to retaliate, that means that we have a right to complain about you. And if you're saying that we do not have that right, then I beg to question the United States government, where I thought the Constitution was made when slaves became free, that they had rights to not be intimidated by a group of people who refused school. Because all of us didn't want to go to school. Some of us did. The majority of us then did not. The majority of us wanted a handout. The majority said, we're old because we're slaves. Now, let's be clear. You could have came from a land that only had 18 acres, 40 million slaves, and they wanted us to divide that land with all them people. And that means that there wasn't no land to go around. Couldn't leave you nothing. So then, therefore, you got nothing. You were lucky if you got a job, right? You were lucky if you mined wood. I'm just saying, be realistic, Gen X.